Hello, this is the Zaku 105 again, and this is going to be my second review, and it's going to be on the regular Zaku 2 from the Gunpla Builder starter set, which also came with arcs and the 8 here. Now, for colors, you'll have kind of an olive green on his main body here. He'll have kind of a pastel green on his limbs, head, energy cables. He'll have black on his feet and gray for his backpack and joints. He'll have a pink sticker for the mono eye, and the mono eye will move. You just have to get something underneath this forehead piece here in order to move it. I recommend an X-Acto knife or beam saber if you don't want to scratch up the piece underneath here. His head will rotate 360 degrees. His head will also move forwards and back and up and down a little. His arms will go forwards a lot, rotate. If you don't move his shoulder armor, his arms will only go out about that far. If you pull him up, then it'll go almost parallel to the body. Same with the arm with the shield here. Excuse me. His arms will rotate at the shoulder, bend at one point at the elbow, rotate at the wrist, and wiggle at the wrist. His waist is completely immobile. There's no movement here. His front skirts are molded together. His side skirts go out a little bit. And his back skirts don't move at all. Stay in place. Missile launcher. His legs will go out about that far. Forward that far, I mean. Back that far, and out just a little bit. His knees are double jointed, but you'll only get about 90 degrees out of it because of the way his legs designed. I hate those missile launchers. They never stay in place. His feet will rotate and wiggle and go up and down a little. Well, forwards and back a little. His ankles have this interesting joint where if you pull it off the ankle, there's two hinges, one up here, which will do that, and then one over here. And then there's a ball joint down here. So if you pull this joint out, you can get more dynamic poses with it. For accessories, you'll have his missile launchers here, which never want to stay in place, no matter how hard you try. Because one tap and they'll just go. The missiles in here are separate. You get his heat hawk with a little connector piece, which will mount onto both side skirts because there's a hole in both of his side skirts. You'll also get his Zaku machine gun, which has a removable clip, but sadly you can't mount it anywhere on the Zaku, and you don't get a spare clip. The scope does move, and so does the handle. You also get the Zaku bazooka, which has a movable scope and handle. On his back skirt, there's a flap, which you can store the bazooka. I also find if I found that you can also store the machine gun if you squeeze it in there. I found it's actually more secure than the bazooka because the ammo clip will keep it in place. And then lastly you'll get 2 trigger finger hands, one for the left arm and one for the right. So yes, you can have your Zaku dual wield. If you want him to, at least. Now I'll finish with some comparisons with his brother suit, the F2 here, Earth Federation color version. Now besides the color differences here, the F2 is slightly taller than the regular Zaku 2. But other than that, they're pretty much the same, except he's got a lot more detail on him. And whereas this guy looks a little bit toyish, he looks more robotic, you would say, or real, quote unquote. So yeah, that's been the review for the Zaku 2, and I hope you enjoyed it.